Welcome, welcome, beautiful Geminis, and hopefully you had a beautiful holiday. It's Chris from Embodying Light. So, thank you for joining, and thank you guys so much for your support in December. I'm actually doing your reading second. I did Capricorns first just because it was their birthday month, but you guys had the most views for December, so I'm doing your reading. Um, and second, and typically I just do the readings based upon whatever signs have the most views for each month, starting always with the birthday sign going first. So thank you so much for your support in December, and I hope that you continue to support um, during this beautiful journey that we're always going through, and we're all going through. We're all part of this beautiful, beautiful process that is taking place. So I'm working this month with you guys from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I love it. And then I'm also going to be working with the Butterfly Oracle by Doreen Virtue, as well as Healing with the Fairies, which is also by Doreen Virtue. So I've already pulled cards from Psychic Tarot from the Heart. So we're going to go ahead and tap into the energies and open up your reading. And I'm just going to tune in here. All right. So what I'm feeling here is there is a lot of transformation that Geminis are going through. Um, I feel like just thinking about the reading you guys had last month, I really feel like that was about facing yourself, facing your demons, facing the shadow aspects of yourself. And if you've started to do that work, then you may feel the energies are a little bit lighter, but I still feel very, very dense, heavy energies here that you guys are working through. So um, I feel like you guys are like starting to understand that there's some things that you have to deal with within yourself. And the first card that I'm being pulled to is the darkest fears. So I feel like, you guys are like, okay, I have to confront this. I have to confront all the things that I've been avoiding. I have to confront some truths about myself, things that I've been avoiding, things that I may have been denying, things I may have suppressed or have hidden. Again, this can be things that that you're experiencing from this current lifetime. This can most certainly be patterns, fear-based patterns that we've carried from other lifetimes, from our family lineage and so forth. But there's definitely a confronting that needs to happen within yourself. Um, and again, I feel like this is, you guys not wanting to look at this. Like, this could be pain or trauma, or sometimes we just don't want to face the truth because we know where that truth may lead us. And it's like facing that truth and moving into the spaces that we need to can make us feel quite uncomfortable. So I feel like, again, this is like you guys not looking at it. So I feel a little bit the same energy that I felt last month, where it's like, there's like, it's like the kid, there's like, mommy, there's a monster under my bed. But the kid never wants to look under the bed and see if it's just his imagination or not. It's like getting other people to kind of take responsibility for the work that he needs to do, or the fears or the monsters in his life that he needs to face. And that's how I feel with Geminis. It's like, you got to really confront this energy, because this is going to continue to haunt you. This is going to continue to stalk you. This isn't going to go away. It doesn't matter how much you try to avoid this. It doesn't matter how much you don't want to see this. This is staying, and it's going to continue to stay, and it's going to continue to grow until you decide that you want to deal with it. And the moment that you begin to deal with it, the moment that you begin your healing process. So what I'm looking at, there's a need for you to, because this is in reverse. but I'm going to show it upright. There's a need for you to open up. What's coming through and what's creating this pressure is coming to you because it's trying to shift you, to push you into a space where you begin to change. And if you're trying to, and this is where I feel like control is coming up, like if you're trying to control what's going on in your life, and I'm sorry, my dog's barking in the background. But if you're trying to control like every step of this process, and especially if you're trying to deal with this from an intellectual or a mental perspective, because that's the main mode of operations that Geminis do function from, instead of like really connecting with your heart and really, feeling and facing and confronting your fears, the darkness, the demons that you need to, so that you know what's haunting you, what's stalking you, what's giving you nightmares, it's so funny because I know quite a few Geminis, including exes and siblings, and like my one ex, like he listened to last month's reading. He was like, I feel like you made this reading about me. But what's actually interesting is that I had quite a few Geminis like, oh, I'm having nightmares. And my brother, for the first time, he's a Gemini. He listened to the Gemini reading and he was like, oh my gosh, like I've been sleepwalking, and it's like there's a lot of messages and there's a lot of things that are happening, I feel like, for Geminis through their dream cycles that are trying to get them to pay attention. And I feel like a lot of these dreams and a lot of these experiences can kind of be quite traumatic a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of dark energy centered around these experiences because it's trying to get you to confront them and trying to get you to face them. So you need to open up to this. You need to open up to what's stalking you in the night, and you need to confront it, because the moment you begin to face it again, this is when you begin to heal and you start to understand where these energies are trying to guide you. Because if you're trying to control things, just look at this card. If you're trying to control things, then how are you connecting with your heart? If you're trying to control all of these aspects of your life, how are you connecting with your heart? You're not. This is like, I feel like, even in this card, I feel like this is like dealing with things from like an intellectual or a mental thing. Like I got to think out all my problems. Or it's like I got to take the scientific approach to my problems. That keeps you in your mind. And when you're in your mind all the time, there's a broken link. It doesn't mean that you don't have a heart, that you don't feel, but there's the circuitry. The circuitry isn't connecting. Like they're not sending signals to each other. It's like there's a broken down kind of transmission that happens. So it's like your heart can't send messages to your mind because your mind's doing its own thing. You know what I mean? So there's a disconnect there. And, I feel like this energy is asking you to open up to what needs to be healed and what you're avoiding facing. Opening up is also about receiving. I feel like a lot through this shift, through facing these things, what you're going to receive is far greater than what you're trying to avoid here. And by avoiding this, you're not allowing what wants to come in here, what wants to come into your life and really open things up and create the shift and the healing, the abundance, the blessings, and the growth that you need for your own spiritual self-mastery to happen here. But I feel like for some Geminis, they're beginning to understand that they need to connect within themselves. And that's what I kind of feel here. Even though this is in reverse, opportunity beckons. I feel like this is Gemini's like thinking like, what am I supposed to do here with this energy? What is going on? And it's like the universe is sending you messages. Like there's messages coming from the heavens. There's messages coming from the stars that are like, we just want you to go within. We're trying to help you build a new structure, a new foundation in your life. We just need you to open up to this energy. And we can't get these messages through to you because there's a block here, and that block is created by the amount of shadow energy or darkness or things that you're avoiding, that you're not facing. And when we carry those densities, those entities, those demons, whatever you want to label it as, those programming, those outdated thought form patterns and limited belief system, this energy can't come in. This energy can't anchor in. And I feel like Geminis are starting to realize something has to give here, something has to change. And the way that I'm going about this, that control, isn't working. So I feel like very exhausted Geminis right now because your energy is changing. What's coming in for you, it's like, okay, if you don't want to do this work, we're kind of going to knock you down in a sense. So I can feel a lot of Geminis that are avoiding this work getting ill, feeling really run down. This could be getting sick, getting the flu, having a lot of migraines, because like your physical system is overwhelmed because this new energy, these new codes are coming in from the galactic center and coming into our planetary grid, because everyone is shifting. And you got all this dense energy down here. You got all this dense energy down here that's still there. So these light codes are going to come in anyway. And if there's a thick fog that the light codes have to come through, it's like, I always describe this as like if you have a fish tank and, you have like the scum on the side, and then you just wipe it and then the water becomes cloudy. This is basically what's happening to Geminis right now, because they don't want to do the work and clean the scum off of the side of the tank, the things that they don't want to see or they don't want to face, so that when they change the water, that it's this beautiful blue healing water here. But this is work that I think once you really slow down and rest and really tune into yourself and you really connect with yourself, then you're going to allow these messages to come in. You're going to start to connect more deeply with yourself. And this is really about, of course, I feel like this is connecting with yourself, connecting with your feelings, because I'm really feeling this here. And I don't always feel this with this card, but I do in this case with you guys. But I feel like this is tapping into your feminine principle or your feminine energies. And this doesn't mean like I'm referring to a female. We all carry feminine and masculine energies. And when they're out of balance and they aren't in harmonization or in sync with each other, then we have distorted energy patterns. And I feel like for Geminis, whether you're a male or a female, this is connecting with the feminine aspects of yourself. This is taking care of yourself. This is nurturing your energy. This is getting to know the feeling side of yourself, because that feminine energy is about nurturing. It's about feeling. It's about honoring our heart. And I feel like that's the space that this energy is trying to get you to move in, is really taking care of yourself. And this is moving in a new direction. We have, this is a 1 card, strengthening these bonds, connecting with yourself, connecting with your own energy, connecting with how you feel. And this is going to bring in more balance in your life. And we have, new vitality. This is like a reset. So when I was talking about feeling like you guys are like going to be really run down or you're going to be getting sick, I feel like these are ascension symptoms. When we're upgrading our energetic systems and we're shifting into a different frequency or vibration, if we still carry a lot of lower density energies, then it becomes really mucky and we start to get sick energetically, and that can start to also come out as and being expressed as physical symptoms. But I feel like by you going in, doing this rest, and by life being like, okay, you have no choice but to slow down, you're going to start to connect with yourself. You're going to start to really, really open up. And when you begin to feel and connect with these energies and nurture yourself, there's a message coming up about certain Geminis not feeling good about themselves. And I feel like this message is for you guys. Like, You know, you got to believe in yourself. There may be some of the fears may be moving into a different space for yourself and your life in various ways, not knowing what it's going to look like on the other side because you've been used to so many different patterns and structures or belief systems being a certain way, that making such a drastic change like this energy is calling you to do is very frightening. But you have to believe in whatever it is that you want to bring in, that you want to cultivate, so that you can be successful. And when you do so, I feel like so many new things are coming in for you on so many different levels. I feel like, again, I've been feeling this for a lot of signs. There's a need to get like some energy healing done. So if that's something you resonate with, getting like Reiki, getting crystal healing, that sort of thing. This also can be sound healing. So if you're into like more like music and relaxation, there's plenty of like sound healing videos like on YouTube and stuff like that that you can listen to help you with your sleeping, to help lift up your vibration and really calibrate your energy. This could be going to a sound bowl class in your area. Like, this is going to be very uplifting and help you recalibrate your energies here. Believe in this process. Believe that you can. Believe that by facing the things that you need to and doing the healing work that you need to within yourself, that you're going to be successful, and this is going to open up so much. I feel like Gemini is connecting more deeply with themselves in a way that they haven't before. This very gentle energy, because I feel like Gemini energy can be so like I'm feeling like what I'm seeing is like nervous system, like a lot of energy all over the place, like very like this nervous, like disruptive, like anxious, like energy, where you just really can't get relaxed, where you really can't rest. Like, there's always this anxiety, and it's because there's things that you're not tending to within your own energy. And it's like, once you face those things and you really tune into them and you begin to do the work that you can, and you believe that you can be successful in your own healing process, I feel like you're going to be able to connect more deeply with yourself. I really feel like avoidance of like Gemini's avoiding how they truly feel about various situations. This can be jobs, this can be relationships, this can be a spiritual path that you want to move in, like kind of going in a different direction. But I mainly feel this is about the self. This process, this journey is about Gemini's connecting with themselves. I really feel an energy where Geminis have been operating at a capacity, like from an external perspective, like a worldly perspective, like my job, my family, my relationships, music, concerts, football, and I'm just naming stuff. But they're not connecting or building a relationship with themselves, like the spiritual part of themselves, like their soul. And that's kind of what I feel is happening here. This is what wants to come in. Like, this energy's like, hello, like, can you slow down? Can you get out of your head? Because I have a message for you. I have a message for you. It's like your higher self is like, I want to come in here, but you're not letting me, and you don't want to deal with any of this stuff. You got all this protective gear on. Look at this. Refusing to see, protective gear. Control, protective gear. It's like you're impeding your own process. So I'm going to pull, I have such a brain fart. I'm going to pull a butterfly oracle card and see what changes are going on for Geminis for January 2017. So changes for Geminis for January 2018. I think I might have said 2017, but seeking and finding. This is about finding yourself. This is about finding yourself. Going within and finding the true light, the true essence, and the true components of yourself, because this the shell outside of yourself, the experience outside of yourself is not who you are. And I feel like, you know, you guys have been living in this mass and living so long from like the mental stimulation of experiences that you haven't gone within and really connected truly with your inner life. And I feel like this is what is happening. Like, this energy is forcing you to go in. You don't want to go in. You don't want to go in and see and face all the demons and face the karmic situations and stuff, but it's the only way that we can free ourselves. It's the only way that we can connect with the truest vibration of ourselves and really connect with our light, our authenticity of who we really are, our divine self, our spiritual side, our spiritual guides, source energy, God, the divine, Ra, whatever, you know, resonates with you and your belief system. But you're being called. You're being called here. So I'm going to pull one more card for you guys from Healing with the Fairies. See what's coming through for your healing process and your healing work here. Thank you. Laughter. So it's so funny because laughter is the best medicine. So Capricorn's got this card as well for this month. So again, I feel like there's a lot of tough energy here. A lot of things that you have to face that will be very uncomfortable. It's going to be a shift from how you've functioned in your normal mode of operation, and even in the difficult times and the challenges, because when we go through changes and we shift, the energy is always tough, so that we can learn what we need to, we can persevere, and we can grow. And then that golden door opens, those new beginnings, this is your new beginning here. A deeper connection with the self, and this is bringing a new energy into your life, balanced energy. That's healing energy. The rainbow colors are always like the chakra alignment or the chakra balance. But while you're going through this process, it's like, be kind to yourself, laugh at yourself. You'll find a lot of epiphanies, like, oh my gosh, I don't understand why I didn't get that lesson before. You might get it now, and you'll laugh at yourself. Surround yourself with beautiful people that keep you uplifted during this time. Watch a comedy, a funny movie, like that sort of thing. But always be sure to laugh at yourself during the process. Remember, these experiences are just experiences. They're not a reflection of who we are. They're just things that happen to us so that we can grow. So when you're able to mentally disconnect from that and use our experiences as an opportunity to grow, look at it like, just like we go to school and we have tests. Our experiences are just tests. They teach us things about ourselves, and then they provide opportunities for us to grow, to be abundant, and to have the beautiful lives that we want to. Sometimes we don't see the gifts. We don't understand the lessons and the tests that we're getting. So until we get them, we keep repeating it. And that's the energy that I feel here for Geminis. There's a lot that you haven't been getting and that you've been avoiding. And you've been trying to control how you want to deal with this and how you want to tackle this process. And the divine's coming and saying, like, no, like, this is, you can't control this process. I am the authoritative person in this process. So you have to just open up. You have to allow this transformation to happen so you can be shifted into the energies that you need to be shifted into. So that's what I'm getting for you guys this month. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And I just want to let you guys know, if you enjoy the readings, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. That way you know when new videos are posted as well. Also, for you guys in the Philadelphia, Delaware, and South Jersey area, I'm going to be traveling January 4th to the 8th. I'll be doing personal readings, also doing house clearings and blessings, as well as crystal feng shui. Crystal feng shui is really good in conjunction with the home clearings, because I can tune in, tap into the energies in your home, and give you insight on what crystals you can place in certain areas to really increase the energy flow and vibration in your home. So really beautiful to work with as well. And I'm also going to be doing crystal readings. And crystal readings are good for anyone on the path of self mastery, which is everyone. But it gives you guidance on where you are in that path and how you can work with the energies that are coming in for you specifically, and also what crystals you can work with at this specific time. So if that's something that resonates with you, you can email me at intheroughcrystals@gmail.com to book an appointment for that. And of course, if you'd like a personal reading, at any time, you can also contact me. I will put that info down in the bio. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Geminis. I love you so much. And I am going to close out just by sending you beautiful, beautiful. I feel like sending you the energy of courage to face yourself, the courage to face your fears. So send you so much love, guys. And I'm going to close out by sending that beautiful vibration to you. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. And I will see you in February.